Hi there, wig lover. Keep watching to see how I turned a January by Jon Renau in 10RH14 into the topper I'm currently wearing. I, in fact, turned this into a 3/4 wig, so if you need a little additional coverage, I'll explain how to do that too. So, without further ado, here we go. I'm gonna show you how to turn basically any wig into a topper. And in this case, we're going to be turning a January by Jon Renau in the color 10RH16 into a full coverage topper or 3/4 wig. And I'll show you how to do just a regular topper too, if that's more your speed. Now, why might somebody want to make their own topper instead of buy one? Well, that should be pretty obvious. If you can make your own toppers, then you have a large variety of hair textures, hair fibers, construction styles at your disposal, and you can customize it so that way it covers you just as much as you need. This is particularly important for people who need 3/4 wigs. I'm probably in that category because look how sparse the hair is on the top of my head. Well, that means that a lot of like the easy parts or the smaller toppers are just not going to be adequate for me because the clips are going to attach in a location where I don't have enough hair to support them, and then it'll pull my hair, it'll cause tension headaches, I might lose more hair in the process from the traction, so that's just better to avoid. And unfortunately, there's just not a huge variety of 3/4 wigs out there, and a 3/4 wig is a full wig that basically just doesn't have a nape. So it's missing like this back portion, and that way you can integrate your hair in the back, and then the wig adheres in a location a little bit further back where you have enough hair that it's not gonna hurt you. So I like that versatility, and I think that by showing you how you can do this, I think that it'll open up a whole new world, and I almost broke out into song. You know, and this may even be a great hack for somebody who just has a frustrating, difficult time finding wigs that fit properly. Maybe this is a nice route instead because you can incorporate your hair in the back, but it'll give you lots of coverage up front, so that way you don't have to worry about whether or not it fits you properly. It's open in the back, so you can kind of fidget with it and make it work. What are you gonna need for this wig hack? Well, this is a really inexpensive hack aside from the cost of the wig, because that varies depending on what kind of wig you pick. But you just need a dime store sewing kit that has needles, a little threader, and some thread. You need pressure sensitive clips, and these are Jon Renau pressure sensitive clips in the large size. You're also gonna need just a pair of shears. It doesn't have to be a fancy pair of shears. These are regular old craft shears. You're going to want to ascertain how big you need this topper to be. But let's say you just want typical topper coverage. You know, you just want it to be like in this area here. You're in luck because your wig, no matter what the cap construction, is going to have a seam right there. And this one is no different. Even hand-tied wigs are going to have a seam in that location. You see what I'm talking about? This horseshoe here? Well, if you just want typical topper coverage, you just cut all the tracks and the ear tabs off here along this seam. Take your time, go really, really slow. Really slow, especially near the ear tabs and the lace front, because you'll want to make sure that any cuts you make to the lace front are very smooth, and that way you don't end up with fraying. But I don't want to go that far. I basically want the topper to go all the way around the wig and line up at the bottom of the ear tabs to make a 3/4 wig. So that is even easier. Right on this elastic here at the bottom of that weft right next to the ear tab. Okay, see how I severed that? You're basically just going to follow that track. See, so I'm following the track in a straight line, and I'm gonna cut it right at the bottom of that track so the elastic is intact. And you're just gonna keep doing that all the way around, being careful not to cut the hair. And whenever I do an alteration on the wig, like let's say I cut a lace front off or something like that for any purpose, I always keep the pieces. You know, it's not that I'm a hoarder, but you never know. You might want to make a halo out of this leftover hair or something like that, you know, make a hat wig. So there's no reason to really throw it out, especially with lace fronts and stuff. You can always add a lace front to a wig grip and make your own lace front wig grip. It's not nearly as expensive as trying to buy a lace front wig grip. And you can get synthetic that way, which is also super hard. I look so creepy when I'm staring up like this, but no, you know, a lot of those wig grips. Oh, I have a marker on my hand. A lot of those wig grips, they only come in human hair, and not everybody needs anything that fancy. I mean, I prefer synthetics and I own a whole store. I mean, I change my hair too frequently to really adopt human hair in earnest, though I do have some really nice human hair wigs. Now, like I said, you can keep this part if you want. You can make like a little halo if you keep this or something like that, you know, a little mini hat wig. Or you can always use this bit to put more volume in another wig or something like that. So you never know, especially if you like getting crafty with your wigs. It's always nice to keep that stuff around. So as you can see here, this is basically a wig without a nape. You still have the lace front intact. We haven't done anything to the lace front. The back and the length in those areas. We did not alter the hair. We didn't cut the hair. So that's gonna make life nice and easy. So now the next thing to do is, you know, open up your sewing kit. So we got a needle, we got thread, we got a threader. Now you'll wanna make sure that you secure this bottommost weft to the elastic if any of the pieces are loose or they look like they might come loose. You'll wanna take care of that and kind of gently reinforce it with a needle and thread. So we're done reinforcing all of the tracks so that way they're all attached to that bottommost elastic. So what are we gonna do now? Well, now we gotta figure out where we wanna put our clips. I know for a fact I'm going to put one on each of the ear tabs. All right, let's sew these puppies in place. You'll wanna make sure that the clip side is up, that this little pressure sensitive part here, this little rubberized part is down, okay? And you'll want to remember that you're going to be grabbing the hair as it comes either in or out. So you'll have to decide which way you want the clips to go. If you have toppers at home and you want to use those for reference on how to position the clips, wouldn't be a bad thing. So I've sewn both of these clips in on the ear tabs. You know, you can tell I'm not like a seamstress. They're not very neatly put in there. Doesn't matter. You don't have to be good at sewing to do this. For me, I'm usually kind of a side parter, so I don't even know if I would be opposed to a clip in here or not. I may just resort to using lace tape because this whole top is monofilm. If that's up to you, you can also opt to sew in a clip here, right on that polyurethane strip. So I definitely want to put some back here. I think I'm only gonna put 2 clips back here. I think that's actually gonna be good enough. And so now that I've got my 2 clips sewn in the back and I've got my 2 clips on the ear tab, I think I'm basically ready to put this one on. So this is what it looks like. This is all my hair here on the sides, a little bit darker, but I kind of wanted to lighten it up a little bit so it looked like I had highlights. And it feels pretty secure on. So let me turn around for you so I can show you what this one looks like. I don't know about you, but I think January makes a darling topper. This is a really nice one to play around with. And I'm very excited to wear this out and about. And it probably took me, I think, about an hour total to make the whole thing. And that's just because I'm not a seamstress. I'm not really great with a needle and thread, but if you're in the same position, then that should be really encouraging and indicate to you that even if you're not real great with a needle and thread, you can make any wig a topper pretty darn easily. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what we do, please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Check out my wig store if you get a chance. That's where you can see January in regular wig form as opposed to, you know, a wiglet like this. And until next time, I hope you have a great afternoon. Bye-bye.